ora, kia ora, Anna. This is my love note to reflectors who make up 1% of the population. 1%. And so I am fortunate to know a couple of reflectors who are very close to me in my world, and the chart that you see before you belongs to one of my whanaunga, one of my cousins. And yeah, so I've got a visual up here to show what makes a reflector a reflector. So I'm going to talk about that in a moment. However, the love note, and when I was creating what I wanted to share for each of the types in these love notes, what was most important for a reflector, for me to share with a reflector, what came through after intuitively looking at, everything that I have written down and being in that moment. The thing that came through was this phrase. And I don't question it. Each of the things that came through for all 5 types, I didn't question it. It was the first thing that came through after I asked the question, what's the most important I want to share with manifestors, generators, Manigeans, projectors, reflectors. This one came through for reflectors. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the rarest of them all? And obviously that goes to reflectors. 1% of our population, right? And I want to dive into this analogy and this line that I've borrowed from Snow White. So the original is, I'm sure you are aware, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? That's the line in that movie. And it's spoken by the evil queen, who is constantly, and, checking in with this magic mirror about who is the fairest woman in all of the lands, right? Because she has an obsession with being the most beautiful, the most powerful person. And so to maintain her position of power and dominance, she's asking this mirror to tell her who, and confirm for her, is she still the most fairest of them all in the lands? And then the mirror shows her Snow White. And this imagery that came up, and the spin that I put on that line, was because reflectors, my friends, you are, the community clear crystals that mirror back. You are the mirrors of our community, and you mirror back to us what's really going on. Not what we want to see, not what we want to see, but the truth of it comes through from you, because you are wide, all your centers are wide open, ready to absorb and reflect back to us, amplify back to us what is really the case. What is the truth? Reflecting back to us, where we are on, where we glow, and where we need healing. Where we need healing light, where we need to focus our healing. Yeah. To keep the community healthy. So, as you can see here on the screen, in this body graph, not one center is defined, or in other words, colored. There's no definition. There's no colored. It's all white, right? Meaning that there is no constant energy in any of the centers for a reflector. They have a powerful aura around them that repels anything coming in. But in their body, they are very open and ready to absorb the other and reflect back to them their own energy. So just carrying on with that analogy and that line, I was thinking about how most people, because this is my line of work, shadow work, right? Most people want to look great, and they don't want to look not great. All the great characteristics or attributes people want to show, myself included. right? It's a human nature kind of a thing that we instinctively want to look great, put our best foot forward. And the other things that are deemed maybe not so great, or not so strong, we tend to not showcase. Hashtag social media all day, every day. So it's this one, it's our one-sidedness, the mask that we put forward into the world. The reflector sees through that, because when we come into contact with a reflector, they are absorbing our body graph, you could say, the way we think, the way we, you know, organize information, how we, the ideas that we have, how we speak, how we feel about ourselves, where our self-worth is, what we're emotionally feeling, what pressures we have, how healthy we feel, all of that. They absorb all of that just coming into contact with them. And then they have no choice in the matter but to reflect that back, because that's what an open or undefined center does. It absorbs the other, and then it gives it back out, right? So people want to look good. People want to put their best foot forward, want to look great. But the reflector gives us the real. Gives us the real, because it's unbiased. How they are is a reflection of who we are. And they're not making that up, right? Their body's not designed to lie to you, right? So I'm kind of saying that to like all of us, and saying it, for reflectors to like really understand that you guys, you know, you don't just want that's such a beautiful piece of imagery. You don't want just the mask. You don't want just the full moon. Let's move into the moon analogy. You want all shade. You are built for all shades, to reflect back all shades. Now, speaking of the moon, because of all of this absorption and all of the others coming into your world, to really know what's yours and correct for you, you work very closely with our moon, Marama, and the cycles that she goes through. So, for all reflectors, your strategy is to wait a lunar cycle, meaning to, for big decisions about like where to live, what to do with your career or your business, or, new things that you want to start up, is to, wait that cycle, wait it out so you can really know what's true for you. And don't feel under pressure about time, right? About the time that you need, because, I'm a projector, so I know a thing or two about having to wait. And honestly, you could go, like, take it from me, you could spend years like hustling, take it from me, to get there quicker. However, what I've learned is if I just wait and follow my strategy as a projector, I can cut time in half just by waiting. So that time I'm like waiting and just doing what I love, right? The invitations come, and I'm all good. So for you, don't worry about the time. 1 month, that's such a long time. You know, you know what's up, right? You know what's up. You're very deep beings, in a world that doesn't value slow down, right? That doesn't value wait. Um, it values go, go, go now, quicker, faster, more, now. So just remember that you are the rarest of them all. and as powerful and all-seeing and all-knowing as that mirror on the wall. So I'm going to leave that there. And I kia kaha, you know, be strong in who you are, and yeah, like I'm very blessed to know a couple of reflectors and to be able to share this journey and like talk about what it's like for them to be reflectors. Very deep and genuine, beautiful people, yeah. Like we all are. But there's something, really, there's an extra spot of aroha and love that I have for reflectors because of how much, you know, how much they're really out here just like absorbing us, right? And then having to work through what is them. Yeah, that's a big gig. So I will leave it there. And if you have any questions, I'm not a reflector, so if they're very specific, I don't know, we'll work with it. But if you have questions, let me know. If you have comments that you want to leave, please leave them and I'll come back to you. Kia ora.